Hi, this is Julia from Julia on Purpose. And in this video, I'm going to show you a comprehensive Notion setup that keeps all aspects of your coaching business in one place. So think your programs, your clients, your goals, your tasks, your content, and so much more. So if you're running a coaching business and you're feeling kind of overwhelmed, then this kind of system will really be a game changer for you. So the best part also is that you can use all of this with the free version of Notion. So if you don't have a big budget yet, this will be perfect for you. So without further ado, let's dive right into the walkthrough. Actually, sorry, there's one more thing before we dive in. If you would like to try a simpler version of this setup first, I did create a free mini version of the coaching business planner that you can download completely for free, and I will link that below in the description as well. Okay, now we can dive into the actual planner. Here we have our coaching business dash. So that will be your main homepage that you will open whenever you start working with your coaching business dash. You can see it kind of has some of the main sections, the highlights. So we have tasks, clients, your daily habits, your goals, and then a monthly overview. And then, of course, you can access all the pages of the planner here on the homepage as well. So you can see there are four main sections. So we have the coaching section, the planning section, the business section, and the personal one. And each of these sections has their own little introduction, welcome section. So here for the coaching hub, you can see all the most important sections from these pages down here are kind of summarized on this page. So we have clients, your coaching programs, documents, and upcoming sessions, as well as feedback status. And let's go into the different pages. So for clients, you can see here, you can see all of your current clients that are currently either onboarding or active. Then anything, any tasks that are related directly to your clients will show up here. And you also have a lead tracker. And you can also open these client pages, and then you can see there are a lot of different properties in here. So we have the contact information you can track here, email, the status of your client. So are they currently in the proposal stage? Are they onboarding? Are they active? Did they complete the program? Are they renewing the program, or are they completely done and archived? Then you can assign each of them a program. So what program are they currently in? You can add that here, how long they will be working with you, their payment status. So you can pick that right here. Any documents, you can link those here that are related to this specific client. And then you have a little tracker down here where you can check off if they signed the contract, paid the invoice, stuff like that. Then you can attach a picture of them right here. And then if there's any related tasks specifically for this client, you can also see that down here. All right, so let's move on to the next page, the programs. So we have a section here where you can kind of keep track of your different programs. So if you have a bunch of programs, you can kind of break them down here, describe them, how long they last, who are they for, the target audience, how much they cost, what the status of the different program is, which clients are currently in this program, and then you can also link any resources. Then down here is where you actually create and store and track these resources that you create for your different programs. And then if you have any new ideas, you can track these down here and kind of add notes and build them as you have time to develop new programs. Next up, we have the documents page. So this is where you would track any documents, and there's also some instructions on how to create and share those documents. So you can do contracts, invoices, proposals, and all of these have templates here as well, so you can easily create new ones. Then you have a sessions page. So any of your coaching sessions, you can kind of track that here. You can add any relevant links. So for example, here I added a link to Zoom. So you can quickly and easily click that and go to your different tools and resources right away. You can keep track of your session resources here. You can see any upcoming sessions that you might have and which client it's with, and when it is, which program it is, any tasks, what the session number is. And then down here, you also can keep track of your meeting notes. And then you can open this and you can take more detailed notes in here. So that's your notes. And then you also have a page for feedback. So this is where you can track if you have any pre-made, pre-written feedback forms, you can link these here. You can track the status. So if you have requested a testimonial from your client and have received it, you can kind of check this, click this here, and then you have different database views where you can go back and forth and see who has submitted a testimonial and who hasn't yet. And then down here, you can actually track those feedbacks and testimonials in these different data entries. So for example, we have here, I feel the sessions could include more actionable steps, who gave you that feedback, when you received it, and what type it was. And then you can also keep track of any actions that you might want to take in regards to this feedback. And then at the bottom, you have a self-reflection. So that's where you can kind of go a little bit deeper on any type of feedback that you may have received and figure out how to really use that feedback to improve yourself and your programs. So that concludes the coaching section. And as you can see here, on each page, you have a navigation section. So you can simply go back and forth between the different sections. So we just completed the coaching section. So we're going to move on to the planning hub. All right, so you can see here, this is again kind of like a sub homepage for the planning section. I highlighted some of the most important sections, like the brain dump section, your task planner, and your goals. Let's go into the different pages. Okay, so brain dump, this is where you would quickly and easily add new tasks, ideas, notes. So anything that kind of comes to your mind and you just want to quickly add it without organizing it, you can just dump that all here, and then when you have time, you can go through this and assign it to different databases and kind of work through it. And then down here, you have some free writing space. Then your task section. So that is where all your tasks are kind of broken down. So you have a section where you can see all of your tasks that are overdue at a glance. Then this is just all of your tasks that are not completed. And this is your tasks organized by goal. So we're going to go over this in a little bit, but you can also assign a goal to your tasks. And then down here, this is just kind of to show all of your completed tasks. So that's just the archive of everything you have already completed. Then you have a planner. So this is, again, your task broken down by different days. So you have today, tomorrow, this week, and then a monthly calendar overview. So you can kind of see all of your tasks and your everything that needs to get done at a glance, and have this little monthly calendar overview. And then you have your goals. So this is where you would kind of think about what you would like to achieve with your coaching business and for yourself for the year. And then you break these big goals down into action steps. So those would be your tasks. You can assign a due date. And this is what we talked about just a minute ago as far as assigning goals to your different tasks. So you would break it down into this action plan down here. And then you have some space to reflect on any progress, challenges, and adjustments that you might need to make for your goals. And then you have this progress bar right here. So this will automatically update as you check off your different action steps for this goal. So once you check all of these off, you can see this is at 100%. So this is helpful as far as tracking your progress. And that concludes the planning hub. So next up, we have the business hub. So this is where we talk everything that's related to your business as far as content, your referrals, finances. This is a big one. your processes and resources. So let's dive into the different pages. So for branding, this is just kind of keep track of your colors, your logos, any images and elements. So you can make a little mood board here, and you can also type out your mission, your typography, your values, stuff like that. Then for content, so this is where you can make a little overview of your content related tasks that you want to get done every day on a specific day. Then here you can plan your social media content, your emails, your blog posts, podcasts if you have that. And then down here you can collect any ideas, or if you see anything that inspires you, you just add it to this little idea collection down here. And then here's an overview of your content calendar. So that is for content. Then for referrals, so this is every time someone refers a new client to you, you can lay out your rules. So if there's anything specifically as far as eligibility and what kind of rewards you would like to give and how you want to distribute them, you can kind of break that down here. Then you can keep track of your actual referrals, like who referred who, when they referred them, what they received as a reward, and the status of the referral. So if you have already sent a reward, if it's still pending, so you can keep track of that right there. And then here you can collect different incentives that you would like to give to your referrers. Then we have finances. So this is, as I said earlier, a pretty big, important section. So you have a section where you can keep track of your income goal for the year. You can break down how you will reach that income goal, like how many programs you would need to sell at what price to reach that income goal. Your income tracker, so you can track what you made each month with what and how much. And then you can assign a category here. Same with expenses. You can track what you spend your money on and what category you spent this on. And then after you fill this out, it will automatically calculate this little revenue tracker for you. So you can see that how much your income was, how much your expenses were, and then it calculates the revenue. And you can do that each month, and it will help you just kind of keep an overview every month. Then you have a subscription tracker, so you can see what comes out on a regular basis, either annually or monthly. And you would select that right here. You can track how often you actually use it and when the next renewal date is. Then you have a wish list. So there you can track anything that you would like to maybe get in the future, or something that you saw and that you might want to consider investing into later on. So that's your finance section. Then your processes. So that's where you can track your SOPs, your standard operating procedures. So you can always refer back to it, or even if you maybe hire a virtual assistant, you can have these little step-by-step repeatable procedures and share that with them. So I put some examples here: social media content creation, client onboarding, and then you can kind of go through this every time to make it easy. And this is where you would track all your resources. So there's a few resources in here. So email templates, onboarding templates, some more other templates right here. Then any tools you might be using, community and networking opportunities, courses, books, and podcasts, and then videos and tutorials that you want to keep track of down here. So that's the business hub. And then finally, we have the personal hub. So that's where you can track anything as far as like what you've learned, how you're growing, anything as far as mindset, habits, and your goals and your vision. So this is where you keep track of that. So you can see there's, again, this little page where you have the most important sections, and let's go into the single pages. So we have the growth page. You can write a little growth vision statement here, The Learning Hub has anything that you're studying to improve yourself and your coaching skills. So podcasts, videos, anything that you had in the resource page earlier that's related to learning. Then you can track any skills you'd like to learn right here, any notes that you took from different courses or tutorials, anything that you'd like to remember, you can track that here. And then, of course, your achievements so that you can remember them and celebrate them. So this will just keep growing as your achievements and your milestones are growing. Then we have mindset. So you can do a little daily growth log right here. So any wins, challenges, or takeaways that you can track that here. Affirmations. So if you have any specific affirmations, you can create a cute graphic or just use the ones that are already here and mark your favorites, assign them a category, and then any wellness resources you might have for your mental health or for your wellness, you can track those here as well. Then we have habits. So that is really important because you can also break it down into daily, weekly, and monthly habits. So that will come in handy. So every week, for example, if you start off the week, you have these same habits that you can track and check off as you complete them. Then every month, on the first of the month, for example, you could write everything down that you want to do every single month and then kind of go through them and check them off. And then, of course, your daily habits, you could complete those every day as well. And then finally, we have your vision board. So this is just kind of where you can visualize anything as far as your goals, your dreams, and not just personal and not just professional, but also personal, any quotes. So you can kind of make this your own and kind of just make this a little bit, even if it's not business related, just something you can visualize and dream with. And then down here, I also added a little database. So if you would prefer to just have a clean, organized database versus those images right there, you could also do that. And that is the last page of the Personal Hub. So let's go back to the main page. All right, so that concludes this little walkthrough of the Coaching Business Dash. So you can see it's really comprehensive. And I think that the real power isn't really in any single page. It's having everything connected in one place so you can manage your business without constantly switching back and forth. So you can really have an overview of all your clients, of your programs, of any sessions that are upcoming, of any tasks that you need to complete, of any goals, and how far you are as far as your progress with each goal, your progress with each task. And it's just a nice way to tie that all together. If you want this exact template I showed in this video, I will link it below. If you're new to Notion, there is a template guide. So this will walk you through this entire template step by step. It will show you how to set everything up and make it your own. But even if you decide to build your own system, I hope this video gave you some helpful ideas for organizing your coaching business in Notion. And thank you so much for watching.